16 agonizing hours, an 85-year-old Army veteran lay helpless and paralyzed on his cold bathroom floor. His arm was pinned beneath him. His medical alert device was charging in another room, and his phone was just out of reach. All hope seemed lost. He was all alone and trapped. But he wasn't truly alone. His only shot at survival was a cat he recently adopted, named Fluffy. What happened next is nothing short of a miracle. Ron Williams, a U.S. Army veteran who served in Korea, was living a quiet life by himself in his Sturgis, Michigan home. That quiet was interrupted a few weeks before the incident when a friend brought over a cat, hoping to give the veteran a companion. Ron named him Fluffy, and the two hit it off. Immediately, I looked at him and, hey, I just fell in love with him, Ron recalled. This new friendship brought a spark of life into Ron's home. He talked to Fluffy all day, narrating his actions and sharing his thoughts. A funny little habit formed between them. Whenever Ron's cell phone rang, he'd playfully say to the cat, "Ring-a-ding, ring-a-ding." It was just a silly, meaningless phrase. I didn't know he'd pick up on it, Ron later said. But Fluffy, the rescue cat, was paying much closer attention than anyone could have possibly imagined. The day started normally, but it was about to take a terrifying turn. As Ron stepped out of his shower, a simple slip sent him crashing to the floor. The fall was awkward and severe. He landed with his arm trapped completely beneath his body, leaving him immobilized. It was a perfect storm of bad luck. His life alert device was on its charger in the other room, and the bathroom door was closed and sealing him inside. His one lifeline, his cell phone, sat on the bathroom counter. In a cruel twist, it was just inches beyond his grasp. As he lay there on the floor, paralyzed and in terrible pain, he could see his only chance for rescue, but was completely unable to reach it. The clock started ticking at 8 in the morning. Hour after hour crawled by. The initial shock turned into agonizing pain, and then into a creeping, chilling despair. From 8 in the morning until midnight, Ron lay trapped. The sun rose, it crossed the sky, and set again, plunging the small room into darkness. For 16 hours, every minute felt like an eternity. The hope that someone might find him was fading with every tick of the clock. He was alone, getting weaker, and the grim reality of his situation started to sink in. But just as he was on the verge of giving up, he remembered a small detail he had forgotten. Fluffy had followed him into the bathroom and had been in the room with him the entire time. In that moment of pure desperation, a wild last-ditch idea came to Ron. He remembered his silly little phrase, the one he always said when the phone rang. Turning his head towards the small shadow in the corner, he used what little strength he had left. "Ring-a-ding, Fluffy, ring-a-ding," he pleaded, his voice cracking. "You're my only hope." He waited for what felt like an eternity, but was really less than 5 minutes. Nothing happened, and then he felt it, a small tap against his hand. Fluffy, understanding the command he had accidentally been taught, had knocked the cell phone off the counter and right where Ron could finally reach it. It was an impossible act, a life-saving miracle from a small, furry hero. Ron managed to call 911, and help finally arrived. Miraculously, after being trapped on the floor for 16 hours, he survived with only minor bruises and soreness. The rescue was proof of the incredible bond that had formed between a man and the cat he had saved just weeks earlier. The rescue had become the rescuer. Ron's gratitude for his little hero is immeasurable. He relives it constantly. What if he wouldn't have been in there with me? I'd be dead today. He now says of his Savior, "He's my hero, and he will always be. He'll never be away from me until the day I die."
It wasn't even 5 minutes later, I felt something hit my hand. And I'm here because of it to him, and I just fell in love with him. Phone would ring, and I'd say, "Ring-a-ding, ring-a-ding," and I didn't know he'd pick up on it. And under me, and the hours kept going by. So I said, "Fluffy, ring-a-ding, ring-a-ding, Fluffy." And I says, "You're my only hope," and he was. It wasn't even 5 minutes later, I felt something hit my hand. Live it a million times, and what if he wouldn't have been in there with me? I'd be dead today. He'll never be away from me until the day I die.
This story proves that heroes come in all shapes and sizes, and sometimes they have whiskers and paws. If this story of incredible bravery and loyalty touched your heart, please share it with someone who needs a reminder of the amazing things animals can do. And subscribe for more unbelievable true stories of animal heroes.